joining us, we'll get our meeting started today for April 11th, 2022, our 6 p.m. Utilities Commission regular meeting. And I'd like to thank everyone for attending, our commissioners for attending, and staff. And we'll open up before we swing the gavel. We'll ask Commissioner Thompson, if you would you lead us in a word of prayer?
Yes. Let's bow our heads. Oh, Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for the wisdom and knowledge that you have granted us. And thank you for watching over us in this community, and all our needs are met daily. Thank you for teaching us to love one another and to help meet the needs of the less fortunate. Father, please, like always, please bless the sick, the shut-in, the bereaved families everywhere. And we'll be sure to give you all the praise and glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much. And at this point, I'd like to do the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we call this meeting to order. I thank everybody for being here. Thank everybody for joining us, taking out the time, the busy schedule, and joining us for this meeting. On our item approval, I need a motion, a vote to approve the agenda.
I'll offer a motion that we approve the agenda for tonight.
I have a motion, looking for a second. A second. All those in favor for the approval of the agenda as written, show of hands. Captain Scanton?
Got it. Thank you.
All right, moving on to our next item. Visitors. We currently don't have any visitors at this time. Moving on to our next item. Approval of the minutes for our work session on March 7th, 2022.
I offer a motion that we approve the, I didn't see any corrections, but I offer a motion that we approve the minutes that were held on March 7th? March 7th, 2022.
I have a motion, looking for a second. Second. All those in favor of approval of our work session minutes. All right, thank you. Next item, activity report for March 2022. Financial overview. Good evening.
So some of the things I want to highlight on the financial report is that we had a workers' compensation audit done in the month of March. GMA does this every year, and based on the audit, we either get a little money back from our premiums or we have to pay a little bit more. This year we had to pay a little bit more. It wasn't much. I don't know the amount right off my head. The auditor was on site for 3 days working on the single audit. We're just a few questions away from having that completed, which I'm excited about that. We closed on the USDA bond. That bond was $2,387,000. We closed on that 25th. And another thing I've added this month to help show our disconnects and kind of where our balances are on those disconnects, because when we disconnect an account, it's 90 days before it goes to collections. So I'm reporting what was sent to collections on the financials each month, but this amount here, if it goes unpaid, it won't get sent for 90 days. So I'm kind of doing it in 2 different ways just to cover all bases, to help understand where we are in the collection of fees. So for the month of March, we disconnected 145 accounts. At the time I ran this report, the balance of those accounts was $200,410. And I think we're gonna see this for the next several months until we get these high balances cut off. But you've got residents out there that owe $5,000 and $6,000. So, the meter department, they completed 678 work orders, with 126 being water rereads. Customer service, they posted 5,706 payments. Total customers registered online. This is something I look at every month. So far, we've got 3,610, which is a little over 50% of our customers, which I think is good. It continues to grow. We continue to push that because they can pay online, they can check their account history, it shows them their consumption, it compares it to previous years. So I really like when people are using that system. And then I skip a page and go to service orders. Customer service initiated 635 service orders. And then the last section is the disconnected accounts, and these were for failed payments. So they disconnected 34, 13 were reconnected, which means they came in and made payment, and then 21 were final. So 21 did not pay of the 34 that were disconnected. Any questions?
How many were disconnected again?
34. So,
34.
yes, 34 were disconnected, 13 were reconnected.
So how many, or we can talk about this at a different time if that's better. I can table the question, but of the accounts that are past due, we've started the disconnection. What percentage in terms of accounts
What's in here?
or dollar figures?
Did you attend last week?
I was on the phone.
He was on his phone.
Did you get the packet with the AR?
Okay, I will look at that.
It's done by
Okay.
percentage, so
Okay.
if you look at the +4, back when the pandemic started, I started keeping a spreadsheet of the percentage of our total owed, how much is +1, +2, +3, +4. And it's carried on, I think now I have 3 years to
Yes.
compare, so where +4, we used to be around 8%. I don't remember what it was, 28% right now. So that's the number we're looking to see drop. Right now, it's dropping because I'm sending to collections. So as I send to collections, they come off of that +4. It doesn't give you the actual number of accounts, but it does give you the percentage of the total due of what's the +4.
How far into the disconnection?
That was through February or March? Did I do that one through March?
The report was just through February.
The report? I think I have a copy. I'll give it to you, just to make sure.
I'm just curious, like, how many more weeks, just curious, like, how many more weeks till we get to the last disconnect from?
Oh, it's gonna be,
It's,
so as you see, this is just 1 and 2, cycle 1 and 2. We cut
Yeah.
off 34. There was like 900 and something accounts not paid, so if we're getting 40 a month,
Okay,
it's gonna,
it's gonna be a year.
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Unless.
I know
we
you
do
told
have-
me, I'm just trying to,
Oh, no, that's fine. And it's hard because we're not dealing
I'm
with.
trying to commit it to memory, I
Yeah.
just,
And it's hard for me to report on, because although we started with over 900, that number has gone down, but it's also gone up, because now we're gonna try to start reconnecting if somebody's paid back to our normal practice. You know what I mean? So the accounts subject to disconnect are still going up because maybe they're only a +2. So we can't cut them off yet, but they weren't originally the 900. Does that,
Yeah, because there's always gonna be,
right, and the numbers change, and that's why I try not to give definite number of accounts. I kind of go more on
The percentage really helps. That sheet that has the blue highlights going across, it,
Okay.
which you can see 2019 compared to 2022, that's where you really see the difference in percentage.
yeah. Like I said, I'll give you a copy. That way if you have any questions at the end of the meeting, since I wasn't here last weekend either, so I can answer any direct questions you have on that report.
I have a question,
Yes,
Kate.
ma'am.
Do you, has anyone said to you or driven by the homes that are, you know, that are delinquent? Do you know whether or not they've moved out or?
The meter department tries to look for that, and we, not recently have we done a welfare check, but in the past, we will do a welfare check. If we're reading and it looks like the home is abandoned, or we've done it if we see damage on the home, the meter department will come back and we'll ask the officers to do a welfare check for us. So we are checking for that. Or if there's little activity after a couple of months, then we'll go and hang a door notice and see if anybody's living there or not. And if not, we go ahead and close that account out.
Any other questions for Ms. Kathy?
All right,
Thank you so much. Operations overview.
Fairly quiet month for water and sewer, but with the water, we had 5 new services, repaired 8 leaks, put in 900 feet on Johnny Sullivan for those 17 lots that are coming in, just repaired a 6-inch main, and pumped 46 million gallons of water.
South end of Johnny.
This is connecting from where Sterling Drive cuts through off of Hauser's Mill, coming from just below where the hospital is coming down to connect the two together so it's a loop where those 17, where Wingate Homes is putting in 17 lots. Then pressure clean 3,300 feet of sewer lines, video inspect a bunch of mains. This is all getting ready for the rehab project, which is supposed to be starting here soon. Cleared 3 of 7 backup calls. We did tell some people where their problems were. We helped camera from our end, but they weren't our lines that were clogged up. And pumped 31.2 million gallons of sewage. And I'll let you do the electric.
We only sent 23,000 pounds to landfill?
That is correct. We've had a problem with the centrifuge right now. And it's a sensor that's out and we've got it on order and we're waiting for it to come in. But that kept us from running it for about 4 or 5 days.
We're still waiting on the sensor?
Right now, we're still waiting on it. Yes.
And we're not getting a critical mass?
Fortunately, we had been wasting a lot. We're a lot better off than we were. But yeah, we're trying to move it as quick as possible. Were there any other questions on water, wastewater?
Any other questions? Thank you. Good evening.
For the electric department, we had 0 blinks in the substations. Did have 3 broken poles due to some vehicle accidents. One was at Highway 341, another one on River Road, and the last pole belonged to the Georgia Department of Transportation. For the poles that were broken, we're currently in contact with the insurance companies to get reimbursed for those charges. We energized Peach County High School's baseball field, they come up with that project. ECG came by, performed our annual safety inspections for us. We were awarded a certificate of excellence and reliability by the APPA based on our data from our outages. We were the top quartile of that. Let's see, we responded to 79 locates, had 64 hyperwave orders that for everything from limb zone lines, repair lights, security lights, letting out trouble calls, 2 disconnect reconnects, and 2 mainline maintenance issues. As far as the gas department was concerned, we continue the OQ training for our new employees to get them up to speed and fully qualified to run the gas department. Painted 59 gas meters, did 11 external corrosion control readings, 10 odorization readings, patrol for leaks outside the business districts of both Fort Valley and Roberta. Completed 143 locates, and we also did 32 work orders that were leak investigations, above and below ground, 1 meter reread, and 3 miscellaneous requests.
Any other questions? Any questions? No questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
How many employees do we have in the gas department? And then the electric? I was told that there were, 3, 4 that have found other jobs?
There are 3 currently with the gas department. We currently have 4 in the electric department currently. We did have 1 recently resign, a lineman, reposted that position.
So you said 3 in the gas department?
Yes, ma'am. Full staff is 4. Full staff will be 4.
Okay.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving on to our next item, at this time, I'd like to recognize our distinguished attorney that just walked in, Ms. Sharon Morgan. How are you doing?
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us. She'll be joining us during our executive session. Thank you for joining us. Old business, we have no old business. On new business, item A, new Synovus bank accounts, USDA requirements.
These are the 2 new bank accounts that we talked about last week that have to be opened for the USDA bond, and that
Need a vote.
I need a vote.
All right. I call for the motion to, USDA required new Synovus bank accounts.
I'll make that motion to complete the signature clauses we discussed last week.
A motion and a second. Darrell? All those in favor by show of hands? All opposed by the same sign, show of hands? Yes, ma'am, Ms. Kathy.
I want to ask, I listened to the meeting, I just wanted to answer a question from last week on the signatories, like what made the decision on who the signatories are. That's who the commission voted to be on our bank accounts. So it was, these are Synovus accounts, so it's what was put in place, I think, back in September or something.
Okay, no problem. I think I brought that up, but I want to make sure we didn't get any cross, because I don't want to stop this process.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
That's all you need? You need to sign at the end of the meeting, right?
That was all I needed for that one.
All right. All right, next item, distributed generation, DG, the service rate. That's you again.
I would like the commission to vote and approve the new DG service rates that we outlined at the work session.
All right, call for the motion to approve the service rate, DG service rate.
I will put a motion that we approve the new DCG service rates.
DG, distributed generation.
Okay, these DC service rate.
I have a motion, looking for a second. Second by Mr. Lindsay. All those in favor by show of hands? Any opposed? Same sign. All right, thank you. Next item, service hookup fee proposal.
Now you have the new copy of the service fee proposal. The only alterations we did, which we did not alter very much, were for the water department. When we're putting in a second meter, we have approximately $350 of equipment that's going in for when it's a duplex. And so we raised that amount to the full $350, so that that'd be $1,000 for the first hookup, and then for the second meter, they'd pay the $350, so they would cover the equipment costs. We also specified that duplexes could get a 6-inch sewer line for $1,500, but if they chose to have 2 separate sewer lines, we were going to treat them as 2 separate houses. So they could either have 1 sewer line and get a discount on the price and it would be a 6-inch, or if they wanted to have 2 separate sewer lines, they were going to have to treat it like 2 separate houses. And that was really the only change we made at this time. I thought we should probably, on the other part, step it up a little bit slower, and was a good step to recovering our fees. But I thought it should be done over a series of a couple years.
What would the apartment complex would do, so
I was thinking mostly duplexes. Duplexes and triplexes, because we have a lot of that going on right now. We're running into that situation.
I don't see the advantage. You know, 1 or 2, they're not an equal thing associated.
There's not an advantage for them. Sometimes it's easier for them, as opposed to having them try to bring it together and have one clean out. It's a lot nicer for us if they only have one. The other thing we don't want is we don't want them taking 2 and running into 1 4-inch, because we've had that problem where they've had a backup problem. So we wanted to specify it out so we don't have the backup problem. And they have a choice. They can have 2 services or 1 service.
So if they have 1, it's a 6-inch,
Yes, sir.
2, it's 4. If they wanted 2, it'd be 4.
If they wanted 2, it would be a 4-inch for each unit, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions on service hookup fees?
Just one technical question. So we're running from a duplex, 2 lines into a 6-inch. Is there any type of backup prevention device that we're putting in those lines?
There is not.
Any other questions? I entertain a motion for the service hookup fee proposal.
Make a motion, we accept the Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Nate, looking for a second.
I'll second that.
Second by Darrell. West, thank you so much. All those in favor, by show of hands. All right. Thank you so much. Next item is senior citizens discount.
Ms. Rosemary Thompson asked me to revisit this and tell you the costs that it would be. Presently, we have 933 accounts that receive senior discounts. They receive 5%. It is costing us $96,939 a year. If we were to go to 6%, it would be $116,300. 8% would be $155,000, and 10% would be $193,000. So it's basically, if we were to double it, it would be doubling the $96,000. I'm just giving, I was asked to give the information, so this is what I'm doing.
Okay, so, we need to vote on the percentage.
Oh, right now, we are at 5%. No one has made a motion that we change it. I was bringing the information to you all so that you could have it, and I will supply you all with a sheet on this in the future, but if you wanted to, right now, I was just giving you the numbers.
Okay, I appreciate that.
So,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
But I think that 5% is not enough.
5% is more than our margin on water and sewer. It is not in electricity and gas. So, and the problem we have here is that some customers only have electric, and some just have water, some just have water and sewer. And so when you come with just a flat-out figure, it makes it a little bit cloudy as far as how much of a discount somebody's getting for what it costs us to serve. Now, we might want to look at it and have it just on certain items, not have it across the board. But that would be something that would need to be discussed, you know, in a little more depth.
Because I guess some customers are getting, or in certain scenarios, more of a discount than, you know.
Well, some of our customers only have water, some only have gas, some have water, you know, electric, gas,
Water and sewer. yeah.
water and sewer. You know, that we have service, so the service
If
is
you
not
have-
packaged deep.
If you have all
Well,
four
sorry.
services and you're getting a 5% discount, that is where you're coming close to what a lot closer to our margin than if you just have like electric with us.
Well, I guess, I wasn't saying necessarily more than others, but I was saying, in terms of our cost, there, you know, if you just had water and sewer, then now we're in the red with those customers.
That is
completely.
correct.
So you could have different percentages for different service, however, that completely complicates and adds.
It does make it very complicated.
You know,
Do you have any knowledge of what other utility providers do in this regard?
Usually it's 5%. You don't see anything bigger. At least I haven't, and I have looked.
Where did you,
I went to different websites of different power companies, ones that were in our MEAG group and also Flint and Georgia Power. I was just out looking for what seemed to be the standard.
Well, when you look at our total revenue, our total expenses, the point you made is very good, I think. We're operating on a sliver of the margin as it is. Hopefully, we get a lot more revenue than expenses. There's a lot of factors that go into that.
We have to make it up somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess I'm just mentally thinking about this. I don't know that 5% is not probably the most logical thing to do. I don't disagree with Ms. Rose, but I don't want to give discounts to the point we have to have a rate increase to go with it. On the other hand, $96,000, $100-some thousand out of a $24 million budget. Most people would say that's the minimalist amount. So, I don't know.
Well, by next work session, I'll have a packet together that has margins.
I think that'd be a good thing, have it together where we can see the numbers, you know, so we can make an informed decision, if we should move forward with a higher increase or stay where we are, so that we all can survive, they can get a discount, and we can survive till things get a little better. But if you would have those numbers for us so we can make an informed decision if we need to move up or what we need to do.
Okay, I can do it.
All right, thank you so much on the senior
Thank
citizen
you.
discount. Next is our executive session. I entertain a motion.
I'll promotion that we now go into executive session.
Motion by Rose, Ms. Rose Thompson, looking for a second. Second by Mr. Lindsay. All those in favor of executive session by show of hands. Thank you so much. We're out of public session. All right, thank you. We're back live in our public session of our April 11th meeting. In our executive session discussion, potential litigation, no action taken. Any other questions? Any other discussions from our commissioners? All hearts, all minds clear? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.